You have reached a point in your life where you truly know your worth. You're no longer willing to settle for anything less than what you genuinely deserve, whether in love, friendship, or life as a whole. This self-awareness didn't come overnight, it came through experience, growth, and healing. You've worked hard to find balance within yourself, to become grounded, and to align your heart with your values. Because of that inner strength, you now hold clear standards, not out of pride or stubbornness, but because you finally understand your value. You honor your boundaries and protect your peace, and that energy speaks volumes. Your person, on the other hand, has been more reserved. They may not always express their emotions openly or frequently, but that doesn't mean they're not feeling deeply. Like you, they are navigating a complex path of growth, healing, and transformation. There are areas of their life that have felt unbalanced, perhaps emotionally, spiritually, or even in their daily routine. Just as you once did, they are now in the process of recalibrating, seeking stability, and finding clarity. Your journey has become an unspoken inspiration to them. Whether they've said it out loud or not, they admire the way you've managed to ground yourself, and it's helping them find the courage to do the same. One of the things your person admires most about you is your ability to embody both seriousness and joy. You are responsible, focused, and mature, but also light-hearted, playful, and full of life. That balance is rare and beautiful, and it's part of what draws them to you so strongly. You've shown them that it's possible to be deep without being heavy, and fun without being careless. Your authenticity is magnetic. What's even more profound is the way you've earned their trust. This person has never fully trusted anyone before, not to this degree. Their past may have been filled with disappointments, betrayals, or moments where their vulnerability was taken for granted. But with you, it's different. Time and again, you've shown up with honesty, loyalty, and consistency. Whether it was through your words, your actions, or your quiet support, you proved that you are someone they can count on. And that trust, once a guarded part of their soul, has begun to open, slowly but surely, in your presence. Your person has a unique ability to read people energetically. They can sense intentions, emotions, and underlying vibrations. Because of this, they are often cautious about who they give their energy to. But when they read your energy, it feels safe in a way they haven't experienced before. You radiate warmth, compassion, and sincerity. With you, they don't feel the need to pretend or perform. They feel seen, understood, and accepted exactly as they are. When they reflect on their connection with you, one thing becomes clear: you are a kind-hearted soul. That kindness isn't just surface level, it's in the way you speak, the way you listen, the way you care. You have a softness that heals and a strength that protects. And that combination has left a deep impression on their heart. Now, more than ever, your person is beginning to feel a renewed sense of confidence about starting fresh with you. In the past, fear played a significant role in their decisions, especially the fear of being alone. That fear kept them stuck in karmic cycles and stagnant situations far longer than they should have stayed. They may have clung to comfort zones, relationships, or patterns that no longer served their growth simply because it felt safer than the unknown. But something has shifted. They are no longer ruled by that same fear. They've begun to see that walking away from what no longer resonates isn't about loss, it's about making space for something more aligned, more real. Most likely, they are now ready to move forward, even if it means doing so alone at first. They are finally willing to take the leap, to break free from the past, and to risk it all, not for just anyone, but for you. Because you represent more than love. You represent growth, healing, trust, and the kind of connection that doesn't come around often. They see a future with you, one rooted in mutual respect, shared values, and emotional safety. And while the journey hasn't been easy, every challenge, delay, and detour was preparing both of you for this moment. This isn't just about romance, it's about alignment. It's about two people who have walked separate but parallel paths toward healing, now meeting at a point where their energies can finally merge in harmony. The love they feel for you isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. And now, more than ever, they're ready to step into that love with open arms and an open heart. I want to start by saying something that I've held in for far too long. I truly want this to work. More than anything I've ever wanted in my entire life, I want us to find a way back to each other. That desire burns in me constantly, and it doesn't fade with time. If anything, the longer we're apart, the more I realize just how deep my feelings for you really go. Not having you around is a pain I can't describe. It cuts through me in ways I never thought possible. It feels like a personal kind of hell, one that I wake up in every day without you. And in that pain, I'll admit, I haven't always handled things well. Sometimes the hurt gets so heavy that I lash out. I get angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, and in those moments, I say and do things that I don't truly mean. I act out of fear and confusion, not from my heart. For all of that, I want to say I am truly sorry. I know I've caused you pain, whether through my silence, my outbursts, or my inconsistency. It was never my intention to hurt you, but I recognize that intention doesn't erase impact. You didn't deserve that. The truth is, I've been struggling with myself, my emotions, and a lot of deeply rooted patterns I didn't know how to face before. I've come to realize that a big part of my behavior stemmed from codependency. I was so afraid of being vulnerable, so scared of feeling weak, that I started hiding behind a false image, one of ego, control, and toxic masculinity. I thought if I could appear strong, I wouldn't have to admit that I was scared. But that only made things worse. I became someone I didn't even recognize, and I pushed away the one person who mattered most to me. You. I'm not writing this to make excuses. I'm writing this because I want to be honest with you, truly honest in a way I haven't been before. I'm working through my issues. I've started looking inward, confronting my flaws, and trying to rebuild myself from the ground up. It's not easy, and I still have a long way to go, but I promise you this, I'm not running from it anymore. I want to be better, not just for myself, but for you, and for the love I still carry for us. Right now, I feel like my heart is shattered into pieces. I walk around smiling, talking, pretending I'm okay, but underneath that mask is pain I can't even share with those closest to me. Losing you, or rather, pushing you away, has been one of the greatest regrets of my life. I've thought so many times about how things could have been different if I had just communicated better, if I had been honest sooner, if I had let you in instead of building walls. And those thoughts haunt me. I thought distance would help. I told myself that if I stayed away, I'd eventually get over you. That I'd learn to live without you. But I was completely wrong. The distance didn't dull my feelings, it amplified them. It made me realize how deeply I miss you, not just as a partner, but as a person. I miss your voice, your presence, your laughter, your warmth. I miss everything about you. My heart and soul long for you more than ever. I know you're tired. I know you're probably exhausted from the back and forth, from my in and out behavior, from the uncertainty I've dragged you through. I don't blame you if you feel like you've had enough. But I want you to know that I see it now, clearly. I see what I've done, and I see what I've lost. And I don't want to give up on us. I believe we still have something worth fighting for, something real and rare. But I also understand that trust needs to be rebuilt, not just requested. There are things I want to tell you, things I've been holding in, things I didn't know how to say before. But before I open up fully, I just need one thing from you, your trust. Not blind forgiveness or forgetting the past, but a chance, a space where I can show you who I really am and who I'm becoming. I want to speak to you with no fear of judgment, knowing that we can grow from this instead of being forever broken by it. Please believe me when I say that none of this has been easy for me, and I know it hasn't been easy for you either. But I still believe in us. And I'm willing to do the work to prove that this time, it's not just words, it's real effort, real healing, and real love. I've been thinking a lot lately, and there's something I need to share with you, something that's been sitting on my heart for a while now. I truly miss talking to you. I miss the casual flirting, the deep conversations, the moments where it felt like time slowed down and we could just be ourselves, without pretense or pressure. What we had, what we shared, wasn't just light or fleeting. You were the very first person with whom I felt a genuine emotional connection, something deep and rare, something that made me stop and really take notice. It wasn't about superficial attraction or temporary excitement. It was something that touched my soul in a way I hadn't experienced before. You are truly an extraordinary woman. There's a presence about you, a quiet strength that radiates in everything you do. You're fearless in a way that isn't loud or boastful, but grounded and real. You go after what you want, not to impress others, not to seek approval, but to satisfy your own inner drive and standards. That kind of self-respect and inner motivation is something I admire deeply. It's rare to come across someone who lives so authentically, so unapologetically. Being around you made me realize just how powerful it is to be true to oneself. And that lesson has stayed with me. When I look back now, I see things more clearly. I realize that I didn't understand you back then, not truly. I was caught up in the noise of the world, lost in what others thought, what others expected, and who I thought I was supposed to be. I let myself become influenced by shallow opinions and toxic patterns. At the time, I was an extremely unbalanced version of myself. I was emotionally unavailable, reactive, and, frankly, toxic in many ways. And because of that, I couldn't see you clearly. I couldn't appreciate you fully for the incredible woman you are. And that's something I regret more than you know. Your emotional maturity and sensitivity were things I didn't know how to receive or even recognize. But now, with more clarity and growth behind me, I can see just how different you are from anyone I've ever met. You carry a kind of emotional intelligence that's rare. You understand people, not just what they say, but what they feel. You pick up on subtle shifts, on energy, on the things that most people miss. And that, paired with your grace and feminine strength, sets you apart. There's an elegance in how you carry yourself, in how you respond rather than react, and in how you create space for honesty and vulnerability. I've truly never met anyone with the kind of grace, depth, and feminine energy that you naturally possess. You don't try to be impressive, you just are. I know I wasted so much time already, time I'll never get back, by running away from you, by keeping you at arm's length, and by choosing fear over honesty. I see that now. I was afraid of how you made me feel. I was afraid of being seen, of being known. You held up a mirror to parts of me I wasn't ready to face. And instead of leaning in, I distanced myself. I distracted myself. I convinced myself I wasn't ready, or that it wasn't the right time. But in truth, I was just scared, scared of being vulnerable, scared of losing control, scared of falling for someone so real. But I don't want to live in fear anymore. I don't want to keep pretending that I'm indifferent or unaffected. I'm not. You left a mark on me, And no matter how much time has passed or how far apart we may seem, I still carry thoughts of you with me. And the more I reflect, the more I realize I don't want to continue hiding behind excuses or mischances. I want to be straightforward with you now, fully honest and transparent about what I feel. This isn't just about regret, it's also about hope. Hope that it's not too late to reconnect. Hope that there's still space for something honest to grow between us. I'm not here to offer empty promises or paint a perfect picture. I'm not the same person I was, and I still have growing to do, but I'm willing now. Willing to show up. Willing to be present. Willing to take accountability for the past and take responsibility for the future. I don't expect anything from you, not forgiveness, not answers, not even a specific outcome. I just needed to speak my truth. What we shared was real. You were and still are someone who matters to me more than I ever admitted. And whatever happens from here on, I just want you to know that. You changed me in ways I didn't realize at the time, and for that, I'll always be grateful. No matter where this leads, I'll always respect and admire you for the person you are, strong, graceful, emotionally intelligent, and uniquely you.